The word hemiola is used to describe a musical illusion. It is something that is written in 3/4 time and then switches to 2/4 time. It is most commonly expressed as 2 measures of 3/4 time or 3 measures of 2/4 time. But in actual music, it can have any number of measures of either time. It is a lot like the famous ballerina illusion, where a lady can be seen rotating clockwise or counterclockwise. It is all in your head as to what you see, and a hemiola is all in your head about what you hear. I always forget this strange word. To me, it looks similar to words like hemorrhage, hernia, and herbaceous. So I like to think of it as the American time trick. And that is because the most famous example I always remember is America from the West Side Story by Leonard Bernstein. So I'm going to show you 4 different ways to write Bernstein's music. Let's start off with the music all in 3/4 time. Now let's show it all in 2/4 time. Neither one of these ways show us what the music actually sounds like. But for several centuries, composers only wrote one time signature even when they were really constantly changing it. So now, let's show the music switching from 3/4 time to 2/4 time. This is called mixed meter, and it is usually what we do today. It is much more accurate in visually describing what we actually hear. Finally, here is an alternate notation style that I prefer. By using 6/4 time, the time signature never changes, but you are free to hear the music as you wish, and it is very intuitive. So this is my personal preference because it is simpler to write this way, and yet it is very clear and accurate. Now comes the rabbit hole, and this is a rabbit hole that I think is totally fascinating. I have written a short theme that starts off in 5/4 time, changes to 3/4 time, and ends in 4/4 time for only 2 measures. I'm going to make it sound exactly like what I wrote by strongly accenting the first note in each measure. It is rather odd sounding. Here is the same thing, but now my theme is all in 4/4 time, and by accenting the first note of each measure, you will probably hear it that way. In fact, Johannes Brahms did things like this so often that it became a personal characteristic in a lot of his music. So in his music, you will see huge sections that are written all in 4/4 or 3/4 time. But when you play the music and when you hear the music, you hear all sorts of time changes that are not on the page. They are very much like Escher drawings. They are confusing to the ear and to the mind, but they are wonderful to experience because they sound so fascinating. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me comments about anything you like, comments about anything you'd like to see in the future, and remember that I consider all suggestions.